Back to the Las Vegas Convention Center. It's the U.S. National Wrestling Championships. We're now in the men's freestyle division, an historic division. You're looking at Cael Sanderson in the red. He was an undefeated collegian. Matter of fact, he hasn't tasted defeat much at all, except for when he looks across the mat at Lee Fullhart.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting match. You know, Fullhart is certainly, I know that he wakes up every day thinking about wrestling Cael Sanderson because he is in the way. He's stealing his dream of being on an Olympic team. One of these guys can go, not both. So I know that he wakes up every day looking to try to beat Cael Sanderson.
And he's really the only one that has for quite a while.
That's
And, you know, I've got a Wheaties box at home on my refrigerator with Cael Sanderson's picture on it. How good is that, huh?
That's right. We've got a wrestler on the Wheaties box. Let's see if he can win this match.
Well, he's in on a single leg now. Fullhart defending, but is Sanderson sliding around behind to score the first takedown of the match? Now looking for a leg lace. He's pretty close. Look at the technical expertise there. Sanderson goes from one move to the next to the next.
Never quits, never quits. Just constantly moves from one position to another. It's serial type wrestling where you just move in from a series of techniques, bang, 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 bang.
And he's fluid. He switches from one to the next with great fluidity.
Absolutely. Makes it look easy. He makes it look like it's just very easy to do. In actuality, it's very hard to do.
He's an artist. I mean, he's as an artist heart. And one of the artist's challenges is to get maximum effect with minimum means, and that's really kind of what he does on the mat.
That's true, and he's an artist figuratively and literally.
That's correct.
He caught Lee Fullhart flat-footed there. His timing was perfect, scoring his second point of the first period. And good things are happening for Cael Sanderson on the edge of the mat. Gets those legs laced up and exposes Lee Fullhart's back to the mat. Looks like we got a 3-0 score here after about a minute and a half. There's Cody Sanderson, Cael's older brother. Quite a wrestling family there. They're Iowa State Cyclones 3 in a row.
It's really a family affair, isn't it?
It sure is. They've got a younger brother coming up.
You know, Kendall, you just pointed out a very good note, and that is Sanderson has not given up a point in this tournament.
Not giving up a point. He's had scores of 10-0, 11-0, 9-0, then a technical fall, and then 9-0.
That's correct. He actually had one fall in 12 seconds.
12 seconds, wow.
This movement that you're seeing now is just classic Sanderson. You know, I know Lee Fullhart is capable of scoring at any time, but Sanderson has the ability to get people moving where he wants them to move and then attacking low.
You know, it's interesting, Sanderson has been such a big story since winning the 4 national titles and going undefeated. And it's kind of interesting because he's almost uncomfortable with all of the fame that he has collected since he's done this. And he's really a quiet, he's a gentleman, very soft-spoken, a great role model, very excellent student. It's just kind of an interesting dynamic to how he handles himself with everything that's going on around him.
Well, as he's working right now, to pick up another point, I've got to ask you this question. If you had to give him advice, because you've been through that as an Olympic champion, look at that. What would you offer him?
Geez, you know what? I would use that as a way to reach people. You know, he has a great opportunity to reach kids. He's got a great opportunity to reach grassroots level kids and tell them that they can be great too. You know, and if he can do that, and I'm sure that'll be a part of his shtick, if you will. When he's done competing, I'm sure he'll be accessing every kid out there.
And back to their feet, Sanderson in a dominating performance here in the first period, 4-0, 12 seconds left in this first of 2 periods. Cael Sanderson moving with grace and fluidity. And that's the end of the first period. We'll be back with more wrestling action right after this. Stay with us. Welcome back to the 2003 U.S. National Wrestling Championships. We're at the Las Vegas Convention Center in the second period of 84 kilos. Cael Sanderson in the red, leading Lee Fullhart 4-0. And Van, how do you think Cael looks so far?
You know, one of the things that I've noticed about Cael, though, is we see so much lower body action. We don't see a lot of tying up top and a lot of upper body throws by Cael. He's very, very effective in the areas in which he chooses to work.
That's right, and usually, typically, up in these higher weight classes, you find that wrestlers are more centered toward attacking hips and high power doubles, and what he does is he changes levels so drastically, getting down into the ankles, snagging ankles, and it's very, very effective. Fullhart certainly has to feel stymied out there.
You know, if Fullhart can control the tie-ups, he might withstand a little bit better. But right now, he's not able to control those tie-ups.
Yeah, I tell you what, you know, Fullhart has beaten Sanderson, but there's no question he's a better wrestler.
That's pretty much the way it is, isn't it, Kendall?
Absolutely.
Well, now they're tied up like pretzels here.
Stalemate. Bring the wrestlers back up when nothing's going to happen there.
It's nice to be able to attack low on the leg, isn't it, Kendall?
Yeah, it is. It's the lower you go, the less your opponent has to counter. He has less of a chance he has to counter it. He can't get his hips into the position, and you need to use your hips to counter shots. When he goes that low, it just alleviates that pressure from being able to sprawl.
A minute 22 left in this 84-kilo men's freestyle final here at the U.S. National Championships.
Larry, I have to mention this. Cael is on the road, but you know, in 2001, he did not go to the World Championships because he stayed back and wrestled and finished his senior year. Last year, we did not participate in the World Championships. Stymied twice.
Yeah, he's not had his chance. I'm not sure that he's going to need too many chances. I certainly hope that he gets his chance this year in the World Championships in New York, and then also in the Olympics in Athens. You know, because this guy, he's going to be a medalist. He's going to be a medalist.
Well, that's saying a lot. You know, you said earlier that the 145-pound weight class in the United States may be the toughest. Around the world, this weight class, 84 kilos, is very tough. You've got a Russian and a Cuban that are just very dominant.
That's right. Sanderson has run into the Russian, very young Russian, might I add, 20 years old, Gatsalov, and he's lost to him twice this year already.
Really, really close matches. The
Absolutely.
one at the World Cup was even controversial. So,
yeah, he's right there. Got some battles, though. Got some battles ahead of him.
20 seconds left now. Cael Sanderson cruising to a shutout. 5-0 here. You're taking a look at, well, these two are really dominant in their weight class. You don't see, there's a kind of a drop off after Lee Fullhart.
You're exactly right. You've got these two, and then there's Ledge. You got the rest of the field.
And that's the end of our match. Cael Sanderson's got to be happy with this preparation because it resulted in a very easy 5-0 victory, or at least it appeared to be easy. Here at the U.S. National Championships, he's a defending champion. We'll see a lot more of Cael Sanderson. We'll be going to an interview with Cael Sanderson. Our Van Stokes is with a winner. Van?
Thank you very much, Larry. Cael Sanderson, congratulations. What was your strategy going into that bout?
I just wanted to control the pace of the match and the tie-up. That's about it, really.
You came out of that first period with a 4-0 lead. What went through your mind? What were you either trying to accomplish or avoid in the second period?
I was just trying to stay in good position and kind of work on defense. I didn't try to keep him away from any big points, you know. So nothing fancy.
What does Cael Sanderson need to work on now in his repertoire?
Man, I don't know where to start. For starters, parterre, I need to get a turn on top so I don't have to work as hard and get so many takedowns.
Cody Sanderson, Cael's brother, looks happy with the result. We'll be back with women's freestyle when we return.